All right, everyone, welcome to the Safe Spaces Pod. Today we're joined by Kyle Poerschke. Did I pronounce that last name correctly?
Yeah, pretty close. Persky, like a purse and a key.
Okay, Kyle Poerschke, and yeah. So me and Kyle are former competitors, but now I guess boys. But Kyle, you want to start off by introducing yourself and telling the audience where you are?
I'm Kyle Persky. I just graduated from Southwestern University, spent 4 years playing basketball here. Uh, let's see. I I don't know. I was a business major, data science minor. Currently don't know what my next step is. Maybe doing grad school, getting my master's at a business analytics program. Um, And then I'm also considering using my last year of eligibility at another school, not Southwestern. And then I'm sure we'll get into Beaver Toe Gang later, but I can introduce myself as, I don't even know, Beaver Toe Gang startup, which is, we'll get into later, I guess.
For sure. And so just so our listeners know, Kyle is like an absolute issue on the basketball court. Like all the scouting reports will say 3-level scorer or anything along those lines. But no, yeah. So what division do you think you would think about using that extra year of eligibility?
I put myself in the transfer portal. I got stuff from all levels pretty much. And then I was looking at like just walking on like a D1 school and just being along for the ride because, I've been giving my all for it for a while, and like it's a little stressful, I'm sure, as you know, like having to carry a lot of the weight. So I would enjoy just like chilling and watching the game from the sideline and being a practice player, honestly. But that's a little less likely just because I am only 1 year left of eligibility. Usually like high major D1 schools look for like 4 year like high school students to be walk-ons just for some guys to just stick through the program through 4 years. So it's probably less likely. So if I'm going to play again, I would just do Division 3, just because I like this. I like the size. I like the competitiveness, and I like the schools that I'm looking at Division 3 wise as well. Just really good schools. So
You should go team up with Ty Prince and that other guy.
what, UMHB?
Yeah, because they're tough. Like they're actually like an issue. That could be like an ex-SCAC school.
Yeah, I didn't get. I got a bunch of interest from that conference, but I didn't get interest from UMHB. I could have reached out, but I wouldn't want to go there either. That's like a super team type situation, honestly.
Yeah. So speaking about Southwestern, so you went there all 4 years. You had obviously I got to see your career path from the outside looking in, but I think it's important for our listeners to know, like, you ended your career as a two-time first teamer. Like you were the guy, like, but it wasn't always that way. Like you were on a very good team your freshman year and you were a role player coming in. And I think a lot of that probably has to do with hard work. But I'm curious if you could just talk about your journey through the 4 years. Like you were pretty much like a shooter the first year. Obviously you had game, but that was more of your role. And then your sophomore year, I think I'm not sure what happened. You started some games, but then your junior year you completely broke out. So can you just talk about what that was like and coming into your own as a player?
Yeah, yeah, dude. I was sucked in high school. I like my senior year of high school. I was like second team all district or whatever, but I was not very good. Like I was like all I did was shoot. I didn't know how to do anything but stand in a corner and shoot. Uh, and it was like I was like under 6 foot until my junior year of high school too. So like I just like grew into my body super late. So like yeah, freshman year I was just still growing into myself. I was still just like a shooter. I was obviously like a lot. I grew so much from my senior year of high school to my freshman year of high school. I mean, my freshman year of college, because I was just already like getting bigger and taller and like way more athletic. Like I couldn't dunk till late junior year. So my athleticism came out of nowhere. I had no idea how to use any of that stuff. So college was such a like I was not only learning how to play in college with that being different than high school, but also learning how to like play as myself. Like it was like completely transforming from like a shooter to like somebody who has to slash and get a bunch of rebounds. And so it was a pretty wild learning curve. But yeah, I was just like learning how to use my athleticism as well slowly. And so, just putting in work in the summers. And then like I was blessed to have the seniors whenever we won regular season conference my freshman year, or they weren't seniors at the time, they were juniors. But they showed me what it looked like to not only work hard, but be good teammates. And that was huge for me. As I stepped into like a leadership role as soon as my junior year hit, pretty much, because I was like the oldest guy on the team when I was a junior. So I was blessed to have that as well, but like an insane learning curve of like, I was like developing at every step of the way in college because I hadn't been like that in high school. So that's kind of why I want to do another year, is because like I finally like, feel like I know myself and know what I'm capable of. And so like one more year, like why not? But I still don't know yet. We'll see.
How's the body feel? Like once you get a little bit older, like the body hurts a little bit more. So like, is
Oh
the
God,
body holding up okay?
the body's holding up okay. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been doing much lately because I don't know what I'm doing yet. So like with no like future in mind, I just like it's harder for me to like I just haven't been doing well, not saying I haven't been doing much. I haven't been doing much basketball. Like I've been like lifting slightly but in terms of like staying in shape and getting runs up and down, like playing basketball like a ton, like haven't been doing any of that. So at the end of the season, my body was like in shambles. Like my knees like could barely handle anything anymore. And yeah, I was in the training room every day in terms of being able to play games and stuff. But I feel okay right now. But I guess I probably need to think about that more. At the end of the season, though, I didn't think I was going to play again. But like now that I'm at this point of like, all right, what's next for me? Going to get my master's at a really good program and playing another year of basketball seemed like a decent idea. Like I know I could make it through, and I know I give my all to it no matter what. So like I don't see why not. But yeah, I guess I need to look into my body a little bit more. I don't know.
No, not and that was just like for me because like 4 years college basketball hurts and like it looks like I looked at your career arc. It looks like you played in most games too. Like a college basketball game hurts more than any single thing I do, anything else. Like,
That's
but
fact.
but no, one thing I wanted to talk about was you and Alexander. Like you guys seemed close and you almost play similarly, but he didn't have like the bounce like you have. Like, what was
Yeah.
that like? 'Cause he obviously, I'm sure he served as like a mentor to you, but it was cool to see how you kind of started playing the game like him, but just you guys had different body types and different like play styles.
Yeah, we were definitely close. I mean, I played golf with him the other day, so I'm still in contact with him well, and he's in the area. So yeah, we were super close. And yeah, I went on my visit to Southwestern, and Brandon just like lit the place up. Like, I mean, we were just like playing open gym, but like he was one of the best shooters I've ever seen in my life. Like, dude was insane. And he didn't have a great senior year, but neither did any of us. Whenever that was my sophomore year, we weren't very good. We were picked to finish first in the conference, and we ended up sixth. But yeah, he was one of the guys that just like taught me how to work one, because he was in the gym all the time, just getting shots up. But he also taught me how to be a good teammate and care for other guys and really care for what you're doing in like basketball as well. Like he cared about the team, he cared about others, and he wasn't going to let other people not care either, which is I'm sure you know this. You sometimes at this level you can have teammates that don't care, or that just like don't give as much as they should to this because they're worried about other things, whatever. That can happen at D3. And so I think he taught me how to be a good leader in that way, honestly, of like, I care about this so much, I want y'all to care about this as well, type thing.
Definitely. And so going off another thing that you obviously care about a lot, I got this from just what I've gathered over the years from your Instagram, but like Pine Cove Woods, like how were you able to transform your basketball game while you were like a camp counselor somewhere else?
Yeah. Okay. So I would work 8 weeks of the summer. Um, and obviously, like camp is like insane activity. So like it's not like I'm like doing nothing in terms of like I would be in great shape leaving camp. But the summer is like 12, 13 weeks or something like that. So I would work, they would let me work. Usually you can only do a half or a full summer, and a full summer is 13 weeks. And so they would let me work 8. And so I would work those first 8 weeks, and like it would get me in really good shape. And camp is something that's so important to me. So I never questioned not doing it. And then I would take those last 5 months of, not 5 months, weeks of summer, and just like I had a personal trainer in Houston, and we would just grind it out. And like my body would be so unprepared to lift when I got home from camp, but like she was so good, like warming me up to it. And then like I would like get to the point where I was putting on weight and gaining muscle as well. So really a big thanks to her. And that was most important, like my sophomore year. So I would spend those last 5 months of the summer, last 5 weeks of the summer working. And then, you spend a couple weeks at school before like practice and stuff start and lifts. And so I had enough time to like get my body right and get ready. And I mean, an important thing for me was like, I really didn't do a ton of basketball stuff in the summer. I would do a lot. Like I would just make sure my shot is right during the season, get shots up during the season. And I just had a feel like I'd never work on moves or anything. I'm not going to lie. Like I just had a feel for, I guess, how to score the basketball. Cause I didn't ever, like, I would just always make sure my shot was feeling good. And that was pretty much all I ever did was like get shots up. And then the other stuff would like just come because of my natural athleticism, I guess. I hate talking about myself like this, but yeah, I would spend those months, 2 months leading up to the practice, working out and stuff.
And did you play a lot of pickup? Because like a lot of your moves are like instinctual. Like just remembering back to like when we played, like you just like spin off guys and finish. Like were you a guy that played a ton of pickup in the summer? Like once you got back from camp, or
No, no, I didn't. And I suck at one-on-one too. I can't score on people in a one. Well, that's not true, but I'm not very good at one-on-one players. Like Preston Hannah, like would whip my ass in one-on-one. And some guys on the team would beat me on one-on-one. Like I didn't play tons of pickup either. It was just like once I guess I just had a good feel for it. Like this is what I talked about to my coach and some of my friends after this season. I was like, dude, I don't know how. Like I just had a feel for how to score the basketball. Cause yeah, I don't play a ton of pickup either or play one-on-one. It was just like an instinct to me to be able to, I don't know how it happened honestly, but it's kind
you
of
watch a lot of basketball?
yeah, I do watch a ton of basketball. So I guess that could have something to do with it. Cause I watch basketball every night.
Yeah, no, because like we have like our point guard. Like I remember I was trying to play point guard like one year, and like I watched zero basketball. Like I can't. I've never watched or like I've never watched a full NBA game this year, and never watched a full college game. And like I was trying to play point, and the other point guard on our team watches basketball like all day. And like it doesn't matter who works harder. Like sometimes you just need to be watching basketball
Yeah.
to really like figure out how to play.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly, I guess that's a good point because I guess I'm someone that just takes things in from like watching, I guess. So I guess I was just somehow able to carry stuff like that over. Uh, and it comes with like this, NBA players play so smooth, and like the college game is a lot messier than the NBA game. So like watching NBA games, you get an idea of how to play smooth not turn the ball over and like make good decisions, I guess. So I guess I just kind of soaked that in.
Yeah, no, college basketball is like there was actually a bull market on offensive fouls this year. Like anytime you went into the lane, they were sending it the other way on the charge. It was actually the most frustrating thing ever.
Oh yeah. Dude, March Madness this year, like the Big 12, like I guess you say you don't watch basketball, but they like basically hack each other every single defensive play. And that's all like the beauty of the game is kind of taken away because they just like maul each other. Like that's how like Chris Beard coaches basketball, and like Mark Adams at Texas Tech. And they just like, I don't know that I like it, but like it was such a messy game at March Madness. Like the refs couldn't not call fouls because they were fouls, but like in the Big 12, that's how they played all the time. So they didn't call as much fouls in conference play, but March Madness, they were like, what are we supposed to do? These guys are mauling each other. It's crazy.
No, that's like the Draymond effect. Like if you watch Draymond Green play basketball, he fouls 5 or 6 times per possession.
Yeah.
But they can't call it because they beat every single second.
Yeah, literally, right?
No. So going back to Pine Cove, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Pine Cove.
So I'm guessing you went there as a kid. This is not meant in an offensive way, but are you Jewish? Like most of the summer camp situations are Jewish situations.
No, it's a Christian family camp. So like pretty non-denominational. So like we'll have like all type like Baptists, Catholics, but it's just a Christian family camp as the base, pretty much. So yeah, not Jewish.
So are you a pretty religious guy?
Yeah, I'm definitely pretty religious, but I'm not. I'm not like overly religious in a way that like. I mean, I don't talk to my friends about it a ton or like push it upon them. Like it's just me. It's just how I operate. Um, so I wouldn't say I'm like an extremely religious guy, but definitely have my beliefs.
Is Southwestern a pretty religious school?
No, not at all. Actually, like I didn't have a circle of many believers at all. There was like a couple on our team, 2 or 3. And if there are believers, they're also in sports as well. But outside of like the athletic student body at Southwestern, not much believers at all or religion at all, I think. But most of my friends were athletic people, or people that played sports. So I don't really have a good idea of like what people are like that don't play sports here. But it's a very big divide at Southwestern. Like if you play sports, you hang out with people that play sports, and then if you don't, then it's like totally separate.
Oh yeah, I think that's universal for like small D3 schools. Like it's just
Yeah.
I probably can't connect with many of the people that don't play sports here. We're just
Right.
different human beings.
Yeah, same way.
But no, I noticed with the SCAC, there are a lot of believers in the SCAC, like just from like Instagram bios. Like most of the guys that are like, if you look at that first team from this year, most of the guys have like a Bible verse in their bio. Like I know that like, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're religious guys, but like Enzo, Andrade, like all of them. Like Andrade, but it's a pretty religious conference, and I think Texas has a lot to do with it there.
Yeah, Texas does have a lot to do with it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. I don't know how much a Bible verse means, but I don't know. So like Texas Lutheran, I think that might be a religious school. Like I have no idea, but yeah, I mean, I would say that this GAC has good people in general filled in it. To be honest, a lot of guys I feel like I'd be friends with if we went to the same school.
No, it's pretty funny. So one of my buddies is moving to a city without anyone. Like he doesn't know anyone that's going to be there, and he was thinking about just like putting up a post, be like, any old SCAC player, are you moving to San Francisco? Like, let's move in. I'm sure we'd be friends. But
yeah, that's hilarious.
no, yeah, I'm definitely gonna miss sports, and that's kind of cool that you may have another opportunity to play on another team. But just as a senior, I read like your Instagram post before this. Can you just speak about those 3 quotes that you picked? Because obviously, like a end of career post, like those are sacred. Like you look
Oh
around
yeah.
all your friends that are athletes, like they put thought into those. So I would love for you to be able to like talk to those because you obviously thought about them.
Oh man. Yeah. That was a meaningful post for me. I mean, okay, let me pull it up real quick. Okay, yeah. So the first one, always do your best to care for others well. Um, I that was just something I learned through, like, I'm thankful. I learned that through basketball here. I mean, I've always known to do that. Like you get taught to do that, but like you really learn it at a level of D3 basketball. Like D3 basketball is hard. There's almost no perks to it. And so like all you have is each other in terms of like my teammates. And like I mean, I just caring for each other is so important. And I saw that in our team this year. Like we had a guy, a freshman who barely talked, to be honest, like to start with. And like I made an effort, and some of us made a like real effort to like make sure he came out of his shell. And like late conference season, like we had just lost and we were like, we're gonna make the conference tournament or not. Like the locker room pretty emotional. And he like, this is the freshman, he like stopped a couple of us upperclassmen and like sat us down in the locker room, and it was like opened up to us for the first time ever and was like, you guys like legit saved my life because of how you care for me, one, but also because I see how you guys care about this. And he like opened up about not knowing, having a meaning of life. Like he just didn't get what the meaning of life was, felt pointless to him. And to me, like that was that I had a crappy senior year and in terms of basketball wise, but to me, that's what it's all about. Like that right there, caring for others and doing that for somebody. And it was a team effort, obviously, to make sure he felt that way. And that was like, that happened like kind of before this post. And then he made a post about it on Instagram and really opened up on Instagram as well. And I was like, dude, like we may have not been that great this year, but like this is what it's all about. And then when low points hit, it is worth it to keep putting forth your effort to things that you feel are meaningful. Another thing I'm thankful about playing college basketball for is like I got to do something in my 4 years here that I felt were meaningful. Like I could have gone to a school, big school, and done okay in school, done a bunch of partying. Like that's what a lot of people do in college, which is fine. Like I don't hate on it at all, but like I enjoyed doing something with meaning. Like that meant so much. That meant so much to me. And so that's kind of where that one comes from. And we could have, and because we sucked, like the first part of it when low points hit, like we could have given up at any point in the season, but like, screw this, like, let's just go. I just want to go do what I want, start focusing on other things. Like, but I wanted to make sure that didn't happen. One, because it was my senior year and I wanted to finish out as strong as possible. But you can't just give up when low points hit. And I learned that a ton this year. And I felt it was meaningful. So I wanted to keep going and then give it your best, even in the days where you don't feel like it. And that just goes with like everything pretty much, but practice days where I don't feel like doing anything. We had, I guess, some moments on the team this year where I felt like guys didn't give it their best, and days where they don't feel like it, would just like, I don't feel like practicing today, so I'm going to half-ass or whatever. And that, like, I was like, you can't do that. Like a good team is player led in the way that not just there's one leader, but everybody gets that every day they come to practice, they have a job to do and they get it and they're able to motivate themselves. Like that is what player led means, is that every single person gets it. We have a job to do at practice every day. And that's like, that carries on with life as well. Like in my job, if I hate my job and don't want to do it that day, I still got to do it to the best of my ability because I owe it to the people around me, my teammates. And so that's another thing that I really learned. And I think we grew in that, even though, we had guys that I felt like maybe didn't give it their all every day in practice, which, I mean, there are some days where I don't feel like practicing either, but so I don't blame anybody, but you got to be able to motivate yourself for things. And even when you don't feel like it, you got to do it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, guys that can bring it every day in shell drill are actually like different breeds.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
if you can find a way to get in a stance and lock in for shell drill, like you're gonna do things in life. Like I don't know what you're gonna do, but you're gonna be fine.
No, yeah, we did shell every freaking day, dude. Same thing. Like I'm not gonna lie, I hated it, but yeah, but you got to do it. You got to do it, and you got to bring energy, or the practice is gonna be poor.
No, that's the reason I'm not playing next year. I refuse shell drill ever again. Like shell drill was the bane of my existence. But you had to do it every single day. So it's like I'm happy to be done with it, and I'm happy that like I can look myself in the mirror and say, you know what, I've probably done 365 days of shell drill over the last 4 years. But no, being on a team slant is just like so special, and it seems like from what you said, you took that away too. And
Oh, yeah.
I wonder so say you go join another team, like what would you want to do? Like what kind of teammate would you want to be? Because you obviously probably wouldn't be like a vocal leader your first year. Like what would be the things that if you're joining a new team, Kyle Poerschke would do every single day?
I would be able to. I think I would have a good perspective on a lot of things. So even though like I wouldn't be vocal, like I think in a lot of areas of the season, like rough points, high points, I have a good perspective on to offer to any team, to be honest. And so it would be more of like a guidance type rather than like leadership, being the vocal leadership in practice every day. Like it would be more like, all right, we're at this point in our season, like we just lost 3 straight. Like what does our mentality need to be? Like what do we need to do? Or like win 3 straight. I would like love to like pull together a team only meeting and talk about like not losing urgency and stuff like that. But yeah, that would be in my role, like in terms of what I want to do what I would want to do for another team as well. I want to be a piece to success rather than, I don't care about scoring the most points or doing anything like that or being the best player. Like I just want to go be a piece to a winning program in any way. It's kind of what I was looking for when I decided to like, all right, maybe I should look at my options for this. It was kind of like, I want to go to somewhere that's good and I want to be a piece in any way, like whether that's starting and giving good minutes or whatever it is. Like I'm willing to do whatever for another experience, in a team that is good, to be honest.
For sure. And getting away from basketball, what's your dream job?
Dream job. I don't know, dude. I always thought that I wanted to do something with that I love. Like as I've gotten to do 4 years of something that I felt that was meaningful in basketball, like whatever I do for my next step in my job, I want it to feel meaningful as well. Like meaningful to me, as in like I love it, which is standard for everyone. So I'm like still figuring that out. I did a data science minor because in a business major, I thought I wanted to be like a sports analytics guy. So like work for an NBA team in the front office and do the analytics for the players or the team or whatever that is. But there's not a ton of money there. Like there are so many people that want to do that. And you can basically get people to do that for free, honestly. So then I was like, maybe I'll do the business side of sports. And so that's kind of the route. I'm like, okay, I want to do something maybe like marketing analytics, stuff like that. I like numbers. So that's why I want like a business analytics master's. So something with sports ideally, but I would also just do like marketing and analytics for a business corporation, like whatever it is, Google, Dell. That would be kind of like, I guess, my ideal job. And then like if we can get Beaver Tail Gang going legit, like that's what I want to do. Like if that really takes off, like that is, if I could choose anything to do, it would be do that.
Perfect segue. So give us the elevator pitch. What is Beaver Tail Gang?
Beaver Tail Gang. All right. It's a golf term, beaver tail, which has been used, I would say, before, but we are kind of like trying to make it like a term that everybody knows and uses as a golfer. So a beaver tail is when you swing your golf club and you take a divot, like so your club hits the ground and takes a divot, and your divot like flies through the air, picture perfect beaver tails. And it looks like a beaver tail because your club like swipes to the ground, sends a beaver like up through the air, and then like leaves a little cut in the ground as well that looks like a beaver tail. So that is what beaver tail is. And then we have Beaver Tail Gang. So the idea is like, it's a community. Like that's why our like social media platform is people sending in their divots or their beavers, and we repost them because we want it to be like a community. Like, oh yeah, I associate with Beaver Tail Gang. Like I love that account. I love those guys. I wear their hat. We want it to be like a community that people feel a part of. And so that's kind of the idea. It's anybody can takes divots. Like some people who are not good at golf may like chunk the ball, which is like hit way behind the ball, but still take a divot. Like it encompasses everybody in golf too. You don't have to be good to associate with Beaver Tail Gang. You can be great, you can be mediocre, whatever it is. We want it to be like a community, and then have our apparel speak for that, and have a bunch of people be wearing our apparel. So that's kind of the idea.
No, 100%. So I like to golf a lot, so I can relate to sending up some beaver tails. When did this idea hit you? Like you're the founder, correct?
So it's my brother's the founder. So he took a trip to Colorado with so where you are, but he took a trip to Colorado, played a bunch of golf there with his friends. And so it was him and three others, and they had the idea up there. My brother like immediately relayed it to me, and I was like, yeah, this is genius. Like Beaver Tail Gang, I love it. Like I feel like people will love that. And so we like started this was last year, 2021. And so we started an Instagram, and then just like kind of like put minimal effort into it for a while. Like we didn't really pick up to really start doing it till like 2 months ago. So it started in Colorado. My brother's the founder. I mean, we don't have any sort of like labels in terms of like once we become a company, who's going to be what yet, but I run the TikTok. I don't know if you've seen the TikTok. I do a bunch of reacting to people's beavers, and I just like jack around and say whatever. So yeah, it started in Colorado a year ago.
So the TikTok is that where you get most of your play? Because like on Instagram, you've got a few thousand followers. Is TikTok where you're getting most of the interactions?
Yeah, TikTok like blew up so much faster. Like I made a couple of videos, just like I was like figuring out what to do with it, And then so I do like a duet where like somebody will be hitting a beaver and then I'll be reacting to it in any way. And like the first one did like 220K views or something like that. And I was like, okay, this is a formula. And then like I also post stuff from our Instagram as well. And one of them has like 2.3 million views on it and just like a ton of comments and stuff because people are like pissed off about the divots. Some people will get pissed off if you take a divot and don't fill it with the sand or whatever. And in the video, there's like 30 divots and he takes this massive one right next to him. And so everybody's like pissed off in the comments. But it's a lot easier to get views on TikTok. Like I could just be jacking around and do whatever. And so the TikTok passed the Instagram so much faster. And we have like close to 4,000 followers on there, but the Instagram's been blowing up over the past 2 weeks as well. So it's been catching up and TikTok's kind of been slowing down. So I need to figure out like my next approach for how to take TikTok to the next level. But yeah, TikTok's way easier to get views on.
Yeah. Okay. So you brought it up. I was going to ask you, like, golf purists probably don't like you guys.
Yeah, right.
You guys are kind of anti-establishment golfers.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody takes divots. Like you watch the Masters this year, and like it also depends on the grass that you're hitting off of as well. Like there's softer grass that like fits so well for beavers that like if your club touches the ground at all, it's gonna slice right through it. So you can't really, people get mad at like, yeah, if you take a massive beaver and don't fill it in with the sand in the middle of the fairway, like people are gonna get mad at that. But in reality, there's no real reason to get mad about divots as long as you're treating the course right. So we kind of have to toe the line with that of like, we are people that care about the golf course as well. Like we aren't just going to golf courses just to slash up the course. But yeah, we're kind of like making sure we don't piss too many people off, I guess, with that.
And so do you guys play by Southwestern a bunch? Like, do you guys have a course that you guys can go to, get a good rate at, or is it just an expensive hobby?
It can be an expensive hobby. And like prices have gone up since COVID. So I played a really nice course close to campus, like 12 minutes away. Last year and my sophomore year, that was like once you hit twilight time, so like evening, it was like $29 for how nice of a course it was. I was like, yeah, this is so worth it. But the rates have gone up, and so we kind of have to resort to playing some of the lower end courses because I just can't afford it. But we have to drive like 30 minutes to this like used to be really nice course, but is now just like not kept very well, and it's like $25, which is about as low as you're going to get for golf.
For 18 or 9?
I play 18 every time. I hate playing 9 because if I'm playing 9 really well, then it's like, dude, I got to see what I'm shooting for the whole 18. Like, I always play 18.
Damn, you're a savage. I have a theory. I think golf should be like 15 holes.
Dude, who said that? Brooks Koepka. Yeah, Brooks Koepka has this interview. He's like, yeah, dude, it's like I black out on like the whole 7 through 12. Like it's just too long. Like even like in PGA Tour tournaments, he's like talking about like, yeah, it's too long, man. Like I just like I stopped caring at some of the holes, like, which I mean I agree with. But I love golf, and I'm assuming if you play golf that much, you kind of get tired of it. Play golf as much as pros do. I wouldn't mind a little cut down, especially we go out to the golf course and drink some beers, and so sometimes you're not able to get through. Like it's not even worth playing the final 3 holes because you've just lost yourself. Not talking about just being totally hammered, but you just don't have the same focus anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm on the club golf team here, and I'll just turn it into a bender. Like we'll just get like an 18 hole like round paid for with a cart, and it's like, all right, like if the first 5 holes go well, we'll play legit, and if not, we'll crank these nooners. So it's
are you pretty good?
Trash. like absolutely trash. I picked it up a year ago though, so I started playing for
Okay.
the first time during COVID. So I wasn't like a kid like born into it, but I'm getting better. Like now, like breaking 100 is something that I can do, which that's when golf kind of starts getting fun. Like when you're putting
Oh
driver
yeah.
fairways. Like, but before I could hit the driver off the tee, like I hated it. So I was just like a par 3 guy. Like I would just go to
Yeah.
par 3
Yeah.
and just like no tee and practice.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like a mediocre golfer. Like I shoot like under 90s. I could like totally shoot close to 100, and then I could shoot like I shot under 85 the past 2 times in the past week. So like I'm very like the more I play, sometimes the worse I get because I start thinking about my swing so much.
What what's your driver like? Or do you just crank the ball? Because you have the torque behind you. Like if you really like connect, like I feel like that thing's flying.
Yeah, I like to swing at the ball so hard. So yeah, if I'm having a good day driving, I'll hit the crap out of the ball. But I can also like slice the ball all 18 holes sometimes too, and hit houses. So like it's totally day to day.
Who's the best player on Southwestern?
Um, so we call it the Mill Creek Classic every year, and it's like there are 12 of us that are play in it, and then we do it teams of 2, or I think there was 10 of us this year, teams of 2, and we do like it's kind of confusing to figure out the bracket, but we do like seeding play, and then you do like 2 rounds of I guess the playoffs of just like whoever's the 1 seed plays the 4 seed and 2 play the 3, and you play match play, and then you if you win out of the 4 holes, then you make it to the championship. And so we did that last year, and then we did it again this year. And so me and Preston won this year, and we actually played the championship as a full 18-hole match play. So me and Preston won. So, but we have, so I gotta say, based on that, me and Preston are the best duo. But Leo played golf in high school, and so he's like easily the most consistent. Like he's going to go out and play well every time, which is not the case for me. So Leo's probably the best golfer on our team.
Yeah, not the best defender though.
Yeah, no, can't really move laterally too well.
Yeah, there was like a highlight video from our game, and like whenever Leo switched on to me, I would just go. I was like I know I love it. I like everyone on your team. Like I think out of all the teams in the SCAC, we're probably like the most similar in terms
Oh
of
yeah,
like,
totally.
personalities. But yeah, no, whenever Leo switched on to me on the screen, I was full steam ahead.
Yeah, no, Leo's a good dude. He's a really good dude. But yeah, that's funny. We would talk about like who would we be friends with in the SCAC? Like that would be like a conversation that we'd have. And we always talked about like, yeah, y'all seem pretty similar to us at times. So that's funny.
Yeah, no, no, when I saw like the older guys out in Austin, that was like one of the funniest things. I'm like, these are exactly what I think my teammates would do. Like this is exactly the vibe that we would probably have if we were out. So it was funny.
I forgot about that. I actually was meant to bring that up, but I'm glad you did. That is a legendary video. I mean, we still have that saved in our group messages and stuff. That's so funny.
Yeah. So what else do you do for fun other than basketball and golf? You reader? You invest? What do you do?
Oh, I don't read. I can't tell you the last time I finished a book. I I love music. Listen to a ton of music. So I have like my record collection on a wall, and then like there's my record player right there. So music's a big thing for me. And then I'm like, I just love friends. I love being with the people that I enjoy being around. So that's like the biggest thing for me really is being around my friends. Like that's like all I need to have a good day is like whatever we're doing, as long as I'm with my friends, like I'm content. Like that's kind of how I am.
Yeah. And so your music thing was in your interview I think I saw earlier this year. So who are your favorite artists? Like you obviously just posted that Kendrick Lamar song, so
Yeah.
you're in on him, but you seem like a J. Cole guy. I don't know why.
I actually don't love J. Cole. I used to like J. Cole as I was growing up. But J. Cole's not my favorite artist. I listen to all types of genres. So like my favorite artist currently, like my favorite rapper for the past 2 years has been Freddie Gibbs. Um, and then my favorite indie artist is Phoebe Bridgers. I'm coming up to Colorado on Monday to see Phoebe at Red Rocks with a couple of my friends.
No way. I'll get tickets. I'll see you.
What?
I'll go to that. Holy shit. I've never been to Red Rocks.
Okay, do it. Yeah.
What's her deal? Is she good? Like I've never heard of her. So
I don't know that you like her. She is very mellow. Like some of her music sounds extremely sad, and she has like the most blunt lyrics in the world. But her voice and production is insane. Like I'm probably gonna like shed a tear at the concert, legit at some point. But like, yeah, like most of my teammates are like, why do you listen to this chick? So like, I wouldn't suggest her to most like not normal people, but like it is a little like different type of music, I guess.
wait, so when are you coming to Colorado? You said you're coming Monday. It looks like the concert's Tuesday. What like how long are you here?
I'm coming up Monday, coming up Monday morning. The concert's Tuesday, and then I'm leaving Wednesday morning.
God, that's a pretty quick turnaround. Are you driving or flying?
I'm flying. I got like tickets for like $140, which is not that bad. Round trip. So like $70. What?
Like flight was 140.
Yeah, the round trip flight, 140. So like $70 a flight. I mean, this is the first time I ever fly by myself, so I really don't know what a good deal is. It seemed like a good deal to me. Cause like my flight's at like 6:15 in the morning. And so like any other flight than that was like $300. So I was like, yeah, I'll wake up early and save $160.
Who are you coming out with?
I come with my brother, and then Lauren from the girls team. I don't know if you pay attention to the girls team at all, but she's one of my best friends. So she's coming, and then I think one of her friends is coming or something like that. So there's 4 of us coming from Texas.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna see your ass there, bro. I'm going.
You're gonna come for real?
Yeah, so I'm a fraud, man. Like I go to school in Colorado. I've never been to Red Rocks in 4 years. Like I have to go. I was gonna go to Hippie Sabotage last week, and we were playing intramural softball, so I couldn't go. But
yeah,
they were out of softball, which is so sad.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Like I don't even know what to expect. Like I have seen pictures of Red Rocks, but I'm just like going into it blind, so I can't wait.
Yeah. What was the intramural sports situation at Southwestern? Were you guys getting involved or no?
Yeah, we get involved. Especially my freshman and sophomore year. We played so much intramurals. Like those older guys, when I first got here, loved intramurals. So we play everything. And then I also worked for the intramural department here. So like you kind of got to do everything when you work for the department. So yeah, we played so much intramurals, and whenever Coach K got here, though, he was like, "I don't like y'all playing intramurals," so we kind of cut down on it, which sucked. But I mean, yeah, I was like, yeah, come on. But yeah, we had to kind of cut down. But I love playing intramurals, especially football, dude. I love football.
Yeah, no, we dude, like I thought I felt old after like my college basketball career ended. But dude, after my intramural sports career ended, like I feel ancient, man. Like I may take a month off from working out. Like I have nothing to work out for anymore.
Yeah, yep, I feel you.
Yeah, no, well, we're probably coming up on an hour, maybe a little less. So I could definitely let you go soon. Is there anything you want to mention about Beaver Tail Gang? Any advice you want to bring up or anything like that?
No, I'm just hoping Beaver Tail Gang, we're taking it to the moon is the goal. That's the goal. I hope I don't have to, hopefully I can go to school for 2 more years, get my master's, and then Beaver Tail Gang's taken off by then. So I just transition right into that, start making some money. But I don't know. That's the goal. It's kind of like a pipe dream for me and my brother and a couple of his friends right now. But yeah, be paying attention to Beaver Tail Gang. We're taking it to the moon.
Yeah, no, don't sell yourself short, man. You've got that entrepreneurial spirit, it sounds like. So I'm gonna need a hat though at some point.
Oh yeah, you got to get a hat. We're dropping one at the. Oh yeah, that's what I need to say. A drop is coming at the end of the month. We're working on a website right now. It should be end of the month. All the hats, and we have like 20 shirts on the way. 20 shirts, 200 hats, which isn't too many. And I think they're going to sell out in like a day. So you got to be ready. I mean, I'll be posting it on my Instagram story, and if you're following Beaver Tail Gang, we'll be blowing it up, I'm sure too. But it should be end of this month. I have no idea how fast they're going to sell out. So you're going to have to be on it fast. I think they're going to sell out in like a day, but we'll see.
For sure. Well, Kyle, first off, thanks for hopping on the Safe Spaces pod. Just like we like stories like yours, like obviously entrepreneurial guy, athlete, faith driven. Like it's just like you kind of fit the description of what we're trying to do here. So first off, thanks for coming on. And man, dude, it was a pleasure playing against you for 4 years, but it's going to be exciting, like transitioning into this. Maybe we'll play some golf at some point. I'll probably see you at this concert. But no, dude, thanks so much for hopping on.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me, and best of luck with whatever you're trying to do with this. I really enjoyed it, so appreciate it.
I'm sure, and we'll get Hannah on here too. Maybe we'll get Hannah on here and we'll talk just like current events at some point too. This is a little more formal, but we could like really chop it up.
All right, sounds good.
Well, Kyle, thank you guys, and everyone check out Beaver Tail Gang. They're doing some cool stuff, and they've got some merch dropping, so make sure to be on the lookout for that.
Yep, give us a follow.
Yep. All right, peace, everyone.
All right, peace.